Well, hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to KT Garage. Today I'm going to show you how to properly align a hood of a Fox Body Mustang. This is a brand new hood that I'm installing. I have an older hood that has a lot of problem with it, and there's dings and dents everywhere, there's Bondo everywhere. So I decided to go get a new one. It costs around $450 plus shipping, which I think is totally worth it instead of trying to fix an older hood. Now, in order to get this new hood installed, there's going to be some alignment that you need to do. Just give yourself plenty of time to get the task done, because it's going to take you, anywhere from half an hour to probably 2 hours trying to get it aligned. Depends on, what the condition is of your fenders and all of that. So I'm going to go through all the steps that you need to do to replace an old hood with a new one and properly align it. So let's take a look at how the hood is mounted. So it's mounted by two bolts here and here, and this arm is connecting to a swivel inside, and there's two mounting bolts that are bolted to the body of the vehicle, and the hinge point is on the inside. Same thing on the other side. So you got two of these that allow you to lift the hood up and down. Now let me see if I can get the glare out of it. So up here, there's all these latches, and the new hood comes with it. So this is the one that latch on and make sure that the hood doesn't come out. It's a safety thing. And then the hood will latch into this right here, and that's where it actually pull down. And down here you can see that's where the latch is. When the hood closes, this comes down. And so I'm in the process of restoring the vehicle, and I'm at the point where I can put the new hood on. Now, in order to get the hood out, you can see that I rig up something like this. Now, you probably have to rig up something different, but I have a hoist that's sitting on top, and I attached to a wire that goes to the inside, and so I can keep it open. And this can be done by one person, guys. I'm the only one that works out in the shop, and I was able to install the hood all by myself. It's not too bad. So to get the old one out, you rig it up just like this, and you take those two bolts out, the other two bolts out, and the hood is off. And then you kind of just lower that, or just take that off the hook, and you just take the old hood and put it away. Now when you bring the new hood in, you set it down flat with just like it's in the closed position. Once that's done, you can go ahead and rig up something like this, lift this up, and then you can take this piece right here. It's going to be down here because it's not bolted. You just bring it up to here, and then put these bolts in one bolt at a time, and it will come in just fine. So these are Dynacorn hood, and I can tell you that they fit really, really well. The only problem is these bolts, the OEM bolts doesn't fit, because they will give you a English nut inside, and these are metric. So what you need to do is you need to pull the old one out of your old hood and put it in there. Now I'll show you what the other one looked like. I went ahead and put it away already. Put this here. So this piece right here is actually English unit, not metrics. So what you do is you spread this a little bit, pull it out, and then insert the new one in. You speak it. So I saved that for later, just in case I need it. Let's go back to this. So after you get it bolted on each side, it's time to do alignment. And alignment, it could be pretty tricky because when you start bolting it on, you have no idea where it is. So this actually, there's a lot of play that you can go towards this way or this way. So you take the hood like this and you kind of push it up and down. So there's a lot of play this way as well. So you just need to like initially get it on and then find out where you are and make your adjustments. So that's what I did. And yeah, so initially this gap is too big, that gap's too little, and the hood is kind of tilt like this, and then you kind of just have to go in and the best way to do it is to just unbolt these two a little bit at a time until you're able to slide it, but it's not so loose that you kind of lose track of where it is. So when you get it down, you can push it back and forward with some friction. You lift it up and you tighten it. So other than that, it's really straightforward. Now here's something that I wanted to show you. So first, let me just get the hood to come down, and I can do this fairly easy. You can see that I have one hand on the camera, and the other hand is still able to get the job done. So I mean, you can see that the gaps are pretty good now. Making your adjustment now. This gap right here, you still can move your fender in and out. There's like bolts inside that bolting the fender on, and the fender can go in and out to correct that gap as well if you want. But I'm about to do some adjustments because this gap is bigger than the other side. So I'm going to move this fender I'm going to move it in about 1/16 of an inch, and you can see that the screws in there, that when you unscrew it, you can move the fender in and out. Now this is what I want to show you. So on this side, you see there's a step. The other side fit really well. You see the other side lines up really well. This side has a step. So what I did was, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some shims. It's just some washers, and I'm going to stack 2 of them. And you can see that stacking 2 washers is probably going to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in between the hinge and the hood. I'll show you how that can be done without having to mess up all your alignment. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 of these washers in between the hood and the hinge. And you can see that I just use electrical tape to tape just 2 washers together so they can travel together instead of having it separately. A lot easier to assemble. I'm gonna go ahead and back out 1 bolt at a time. I'm gonna do the top one first. So you still have the other one to hold the position, so you know that everything is still the way it is. And what you need to do is, now this gap can be opened pretty easily. You can see that I can lift it up just like that. Get your washers on. I'm going to use another screwdriver, trying to get it down in position. You can see it ran down, but you guys can't see it. But if you're looking at the side, you can see exactly where the washer go, and it seems like this lines up. I'll go ahead and see if the bolt's back on. Light might have gone too far. Back up. There you go, guys. It's already on, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring this back. Well guys, I just successfully got one done, and now this hood is going to be 2 washers higher than where it should be. So now when this is secure, I'm going to go ahead and work on that one. Same procedure. There you go guys. So now I got the second one lined up, ready to go. Go ahead and torque that down. Well guys, that's nice and secure. I'm going to close the hood and see how it looks. Well guys, it's looking pretty good. Perfect. Now I need to just close this gap a little bit. This gap is a little bit too big, so but you can see that this gap from here to there is looking really good. So this gap is kind of parallel, but it's just too big on one side. Not too bad. It's easy problem to fix. I forgot to explain one thing. The reason why I put the washers in here to get the hood to come up a little bit is that I'm out of adjustments down here. So these 2 bolts right here, you can try to back them out and try to bring the whole assembly up a little bit because there's some adjustments here, but I'm already at the max and it will not go any further up. So the only way that I can get the hood to come up is to use the washers as a form of shims to try to get the hood to come up. So just want to let you know that I do know about the adjustments of these. It's just not working out because I'm at the maximum height of where the adjustment is. Well guys, after moving the inside latch, I think I moved it over to this side a little bit to close up this gap. What happened is, you can see that it's opened up this gap a little bit and close up this one. So this one is like perfect right now. Maybe this is a little smaller than the other side. So I just gotta go like take that latch and get it back a little bit. I'll show you how to make that adjustment. So there's only 2 screws. There's one here, and one here. And I'm gonna go ahead and back it out a little bit. Not too much because you want to keep some friction so you know where they are, not moving them around. So at this point, I'm gonna grab a hammer and we are going to, I moved it too far to the left, so now I'm just gonna bring it over, just tap a little bit, and you can see it. You can see it move right there. That's probably enough right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the hood back down. Take a look. Well guys, I think it looks pretty good. Gaps are good on this side. It's a little closer here, but that's not much I can do. It's an older bumper. There's nothing I can do about that. Same thing here. You can see that this gap is not so good, but it's an old bumper. We'll see what I can do to bring this out a little. Now this side, the gap seems to be bigger than the other side, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew those 3 screws and move the fender in. I'll show you how that's done. But as far as the adjustment for the middle latch, I think we're good the way it is right now. All right guys, so it takes an 8mm to back this bolt out. You don't have to back them out too much because you don't want to lose the position of where it was, right? You just want to back it up enough to be able to move it. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay. See if I can just push it in. I think it went in a little bit. Go ahead and tighten it. Check the gap. One bolt probably good enough to keep everything back in. We'll go ahead and shut the hood. Oh guys, I think that's looks really good. Jobs are perfect. So I'm gonna leave it the way it is. You look at the gap on each side. Perfect. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go over one more thing that you can adjust for your hood. Is these two bump stops. There's one there and one over here. What you do is you rotate it clockwise or counterclockwise to raise or lower this, and what that does is it will let you to adjust the proper height for your hood at this point. So this is going to help stopping it from going down too far or it's too far up. So when you shut the hood, nice and flat. So you shut the hood and it went down too far, you rotate this counterclockwise, get it to come up a little bit, shut it again until you see it's a straight alignment. At that point, you should be good to go. Alignment is completed. I'm very happy with the outcome. You can see that all the gaps are perfectly aligned. And you can do the same for your project. You just need to know where all the adjustments are and just make all the adjustments to fit the gap perfectly. I hope the video is helpful. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.